Maryland. Welcome. All right, go ahead and get started. Share my screen. Share recording. Oh, wrong thing. I guess I can do it from here. That's fine. A little delay there. Oh, hello. All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us today on this week's Take a Virtual Vacation. I'm having some tech issues. The gremlins have been crazy with this computer. I had to get a new one. Just waiting for that to get all set up. In the meantime, thanks for joining us again on this week's virtual vacation to Montreal. For those of you who have said where you're joining us from, thank you very much. Those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. And for those of you who have joined us on others, welcome back. For those of you who are new, just to give you a little bit of our background, Virtual Vacation started back in April with a group of travel agents who were going crazy because we can't go anywhere. It started because we got tired of staring at our own four walls, and we figured if that was us, we knew the rest of you were suffering from that as well. So you got myself, Maria, in the greater Tampa Bay area, Susan Schaefer from Ships and Trips Travel in Middle Tennessee, Barbara Oliver and Gail Sherman, both from the Los Angeles area, and Candace Stearns from Metro Detroit. So welcome. Thanks for joining us. Candace is here with me tonight.
Hi, everybody.
Along with Genevieve from Tourism Montreal. We'll get to Genevieve in just 1 second. Where you can find us online. Once we can travel, we hope you'll be traveling with us. But until then, you can find us on the Facebook group, Take a Virtual Vacation. You can also, on that, you'll find our past recordings as well as our calendar for upcoming vacations. You can find us on our YouTube channel as well. For those of you who are in the greater Tampa area, please look up our meetup for Eat, Drink, Travel. Same thing with Middle Tennessee and in Detroit. And I'll post these links in the chat for us momentarily. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Genevieve from Tourism Montreal. Wait, or I got that backwards, didn't I?
No.
No, okay. I keep forgetting. Every tourism board seems to operate a little bit differently, and I want to make sure I'm getting it correct. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Genevieve, and she's going to take us on a trip into Montreal. Also, for those of you who have questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and we will answer them later at the end of the presentation. It's all yours, Genevieve.
Thank you, Maria. So let me share my screen with you. Let me go back here. Let's see. Hold on for a second. I have the same issue as earlier on. Let's see this. Okay, should be good. Okay, so bonjour and welcome to Montreal, Canada's vibrant city. So as you can see, beautiful skyline in Montreal. It looks like today, actually, we had beautiful weather compared to other destinations in the state. I've heard got some snow. We do have snow during winter time, but today it's a beautiful fall day. So just a little brief introduction on what I'm going to be covering today. So first of all, I'll be introducing myself, a brief update on COVID as well. Montreal at a glance, 5 reasons that makes Montreal so unique, a few ranking that we got, so ideas for you to visit the destination, why Montreal is a luxury destination as well, the must-sees, outdoor activities, because we are a very green city and there's many sports that can be practiced, or you can watch some sports as well. City of festivals, we were well known for all the festivals that were coming to Montreal. We do love food, so I'm going to talk about food and gastronomy and restaurants, culinary scene in the city, cruises as well, some itineraries idea that I'm going to share, and a toolbox that you can go on our website to have more ideas to come and discover our beautiful city. So hopefully you're gonna enjoy your journey in Montreal. First of all, I'm Geneviève, so a very French name, as you can see. And I'm the cruise specialist in Montreal. I also cover the market of France, and I'm working with all the travel agents and guests coming to Montreal. So this is me in a nutshell. And I'm going to show you a short video. So let me see if I can go back to that to invite you to discover our city. So bear with me for a second. Let me see if I can start this from here. I won't, no. Okay, so we'll go here and there you go.
We're not seeing it on our screen. Genevieve, it's not showing on our screen.
Okay. So let me go back. We'll send you the link after. Sorry about that. It's a beautiful short video on the destination, but I'll talk about all about things to do in Montreal, so don't worry. And we do have a YouTube channel on Montreal, so you can access that video right away. We're inviting you to come and meet with us once COVID will be behind us, so or the borders will be reopened. So let me go back to the presentation mode. Hold on for a second. There you go. So you can see the screen correctly this time?
Yep, we're all good.
Oh, okay, perfect. Beauties of technologies. Okay, so for now, the borders are still closed for us for international travel, but I'm gonna try to make you dream for your next trip to Montreal. So for the US, they're closed until September 21st, and for Europe, September 30th. If you want to learn more about our safety protocol in the meantime, before you come and visit us, I've put a link. It was done for meetings, but actually there's great example of what's going on at the airport, if you're taking a cab, if you're eating at the restaurant, how it's working for us here in Montreal. Also, if you're wondering, what's open in Montreal, many things are open since, July. We've been reopening restaurants, activities. So this is a link to a guide on our website that you can see, and also ideas for short getaways and staycation. I'm going to give you more ideas of itineraries, but you can go on our website and have more information should you wish to explore more on Montreal. That being said, Montreal is Canada's second largest city after Toronto, and there's no visa required. However, you need a passport to come and visit us. Montreal is an island, so I don't know if many of you knew that. We're surrounded by water, so you really get an island feel when you come to Montreal, and the St. Lawrence River is right in Old Montreal. So it's a very green and very blue island, as we would say. During winter time, it's something else with the snow. So there's 2 million people living on the island, and then the greater area of Montreal with the suburb, it's 4 million. We celebrated a big anniversary in 2017, our 375th anniversary. Pretty odd number, but we love to celebrate in Montreal. So we did a big party. And there were many things that were put in place during that time and are still alive in the city. We are bilingual, so you can hear my little French accent behind when I'm speaking English, but we're fully bilingual in Montreal, and there's even a third of the Montrealers that will speak another language. So you can speak Spanish, Portuguese, Mandarin, Arabic language, so many options for you if you're not comfortable in these two languages. If we're talking about weather, like everybody is afraid of our winters, but I would say, you just need the right clothes to come and visit us. So, put the ski clothes and you'll be fine. Beautiful winter getaway in Montreal is kind of a different getaway, kind of an island getaway, but with the snow. So it's pretty unique to discover the four seasons in Montreal. We have so many direct flights from, the States and even Europe. So don't have any reason not to come and visit us. Many transportation to come from the airport to the downtown area with a flat fee if you're taking a cab. We also have a metro, very easy to get around in the city. There's only 4 lines, it's 4 different colors. So, and it's very safe in the metro. So I encourage everybody to take the metro if you want to visit and discover the 19 neighborhoods. It's all about culture also in Montreal, and we have more than 50 museums in the city. We were voted New Food Capital of North America as well in 2017. Art is very big, so we love art. I'm going to talk about public art, especially in that presentation. Also festival with the entertainment district. We have more than 100 festivals per year. This year was a little bit particular, but we're trying, hybrid model to have some festivals going on. There's an off jazz festival taking place October 1st to the 3rd, so you can watch on the web as well. We love sports and we love our Montreal Canadiens. Sorry for the other cities that are attending. We love hockey. I would describe Montreal as really a European city with the American flair as well. If you want a little getaway without the jet lag, without being too far from home, especially these days, come and join us in Montreal. With Old Montreal, you've got the cobblestone street, so it's very French, and you also have the English part of Montreal with the downtown area with the Scottish and Irish influences as well. Cultural expression is everywhere in the city. We love food again, creative shopping, so many designers. We were voted City of Design by UNESCO a few years back because of the number of designers that we have in the city. It's really a blend of old and new. Nature is very present in the city as well. It's a very cosmopolitan city, very international and inclusive, and you have the je ne sais quoi and joie de vivre to the city. I'm going to talk a little bit about this season with a few pictures because it's really important. It's a totally different getaway that you will live should you come in spring or fall or winter or summer. So for example, depending on the neighborhood, you can cycle on a Bixi, which is our hop on, hop off bicycle rental system. We also host the F1 race every June, except for this year, but hopefully we'll be back next year. So this is for spring and summer. And then fall and winter, beautiful colors with all the parks that we have. This picture was taken at the Botanical Garden, for example. We have a festival with lanterns. Beautiful outdoor market. We have 2 major ones, Jean Talon and Atwater, but we have so many in the city that you can discover with local products. Sliding on Mont Royal, amazing. See, sunset. And then we have festivals during winter time as well. This one is called Montreal in Lights, so fun for the family or just friends and couple getaway. Easy to access. So flying, I mentioned all the flights, direct flights with the international airport Pierre-Elliott Trudeau, 25 minutes from the downtown area, depending on the traffic. Driving, we're so close to Ottawa, Toronto, and even the States. We're 45 minutes from the US borders from some states. So it's a nice getaway when you drive. By train as well, if you want to, combine Montreal, Quebec City, and Toronto, for example, the Central Station is right in the heart of the downtown area. And you also have the access to the underground city from the train station. Easy to walk, bring a good pair of shoes if you come to Montreal. Everything is so easy, if you're doing by walking. It's a city where you immerse yourself and experience the destination by walking the different neighborhoods. As I've put as a reference, the cruise terminal in Old Montreal. If you walk 5 minutes, you're right in the heart of Old Montreal. So you don't have to take any shuttles, you're right there. 10 minutes, you're at the entertainment district where all the festivals take place. And then 15 minutes downtown Montreal. So if you're staying in a hotel downtown Montreal or in Old Montreal, very easy to walk from one neighborhood to another, even going further up north or out west or east with the different neighborhoods in Montreal. It's a great way to discover our city. 5 reasons that make Montreal so unique. So the first one I would say is that culture is everywhere. As you can see, this is one of the murals that we have. We even have a festivals in June that takes place every year, the first week of June, and it's at the same time as the Montreal F1 race. So there's a lot of things going on in the city. It's the lunch of summer for us, you know, like after that winter, we love to get out in the city. But you don't need to come to the festival to discover these beautiful murals and paintings because they're available all year long. Even during winter time, it's a very nice way to enjoy these colorful walls. And every year, you know, we welcome some local and international artists that paint these walls. So there's new murals every year. This one is you can see from a tour. There's a company called Spade and Palacio that are specialized in the murals. Most of the murals are located in the Plateau area, the Myland district, but there's murals in all the different neighborhoods in Montreal. But the concentration of the murals are in the Plateau. Our city is a giant playground. We love to, you know, to take part of the vibe of the city. We're very creative, as you can see on that picture. This is at the footstep of our Jacques Cartier Bridge, which is the first connected bridge in the world. So it's illuminated at night. And there was nothing there before. And they created that park with that beach. It's really an area where you can gather with your friends or family, have a cocktail, a little something to eat. You can even read a book on a beautiful day, and at night see the fireworks, because we do have an international competition in the summer. A city of food. So I'm going to talk later on in the presentation about all the options that you have, where old and modern architecture meets. So this is Old Montreal. So as you can see, you can picture yourself in Europe on that slide. But then you have the downtown area, which is really modern with all the new hotels that were built. So it's really that blend that makes Montreal so interesting. Nature in the heart of the city. We have more than 200 parks in Montreal. This is our Mount Royal. It's our green lawn. You can see the cross there that was put by Jacques Cartier. It's not the original one that discovered Montreal. So many activities and sports that can be done in our parks on Mount Royal. You know, summertime, you can cycle, walk, have a picnic at the Beaver Lake on top of Montreal. You can snowshoe during winter times. When it's the full moon, for example, it's a romantic getaway that you can do. Ice skate at Beaver Lake, cross-country ski. So very diverse, and you can rent all the equipment on Mount Royal and in some different parks in Montreal. Just a few ranking of our city. So it's one of the 50 cities to visit in a lifetime. So I invite you, if you never visited Montreal, to come and visit us once the borders will be reopened. It's a great family destination for vacation. So many activities are for, you know, like all the families. City of street art, as I've shown in the preceding slide, among the 7 smartest cities in the world. So we're very connected, very creative, innovative. So many startups have decided to move to Montreal to create, you know, diverse experiences. And 3rd best spring vacation. So, you know, there's not only summer in Montreal, there's other seasons. A luxury destination, so you can picture yourself here, you know, with your bike, cycling in Old Montreal, as the lady is doing on that picture. Many big brand hotels are either renovated their hotel or opened a hotel recently. So for the French touch, you've got the Sofitel, Ritz-Carlton Montreal that was fully renovated. It was the first Ritz-Carlton in the world that was open in Montreal. And this is where Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor got married. So there's a little history over there. Fairmont de Queen Elizabeth, actually a little piece of history there. There was the bed-in with Yoko Ono and John Lennon in 1969 that took place at the Fairmont Queen Elizabeth. You can rent their suite and live the experience of the bed-in. So there's virtual reality, you can sing, give peace a chance, because the lyrics are on the wall. So very interesting to discover. Four Seasons Hotel, which is a Canadian brand, and Four Seasons was not in Montreal They came back 20 years after they left Montreal with a brand new build in the downtown area with a beautiful restaurant with seafood and fish. W Montreal, very trendy, again, that's fully renovated. And then we have many boutique hotels that are local hotels, such as the William Gray in Old Montreal, to get the feel of Old Montreal with the stones, but also with a very modern way. Le Germain, which is a Quebec brand, Mount Stephen, which is a former gentleman's club that was transformed into a hotel, Saint-Sulpice Hotel at the back of the Notre Dame Basilica. You can hear the bells. So beautiful hotels for you to come and visit us. In terms of shopping, I mentioned that we were a city of UNESCO, City of Design. So we do have a major department store, a little bit like Galerie Lafayette, I would say. We have Haute and Ogilvy that are two major Canadian department stores that blend together last year, and they're connected to the Four Seasons. So if you want to do great shopping, especially with the exchange rate for the US and even for Europe, it would be a great way to discover our city. You also have major brands, but local brands. Eden Center, Time Out Market that opened last year in Montreal, the brand from London and Portugal. St. Catherine Street, which is the largest street to shop, and then little streets in the different neighborhoods. Wellness is really important for Montrealers as well. We love our spas. So many hotels do have spas and beautiful spas, for example, at the William Gray, and also at the Four Seasons, which was voted one of the best spas in Canada. But we also have the Scandinavian type spas, such as the Bota Bota. It's pretty unusual. This spa is located on a former cargo boat. So this is the Bota Bota spa that you see on that photo. It's a very plush, very high-end spa. But like, it's such an experience, you know, you've got the gardens outside. So the way to do it is you immerse yourself in a hot water or in a hot sauna, and then you go in the cold water, and you can even access the St. Lawrence River during all seasons, especially winter time. It's pretty cold. And then you relax in one of the areas, hammock, and you see the beautiful skyline of Montreal. It's open all year long. And at night, you know, wintertime when it's snowing a little bit, wow, it's amazing. We also have in the same type of spa, the Scandinave in Old Montreal, the Strom Nordic Spa, and also Balnea Spa, which is in the Eastern Township. So it's not too far from Montreal, and you can do a day getaway and then come back to Montreal. In terms of food, so from really the food truck to the very high-end restaurants and gastronomy, we have so many options. We have more than 6,000 restaurants in Montreal. So you need a lifetime to eat in all these restaurants. We don't have Michelin stars in Montreal, but we do have Relais and Chateau establishments. So we have the two that has a little star besides them, Europea and Restaurant Toki. Both amazing experience working with local products, especially Europea. This picture was taken at Europea. It's kind of an experience when you're going to a theater. So you immerse yourself and it awakens all your five senses when you go to that restaurant with their gastronomic menu. I've done it. It's amazing. You even have virtual reality at one point, so I won't spoil the surprise. But it's pretty intense and amazing evening. So if you want to impress your loved one, you just book at Europea, Restaurant Toki as well. We also have Ateliers Joël Robuchon, which is from the former French chef Joël Robuchon, which is kind of a Michelin star restaurant, even though we don't have that ranking in Montreal. The must-see. That was hard to do, like to pick and choose what we have to see in Montreal. But we made a little selection here. This is Aura. Aura is a sound and light show that is taking place within the Notre Dame Basilica, the same basilica where Celine Dion got married. So you can visit the basilica during the day and pay the entrance to visit it, but I would definitely recommend buying a ticket for one of the two representations per night. It lasts about 45 minutes, and it's really a great show to watch before dinner or after, depending on the time you're choosing. I've seen it, I think, more than 20 times in the past 3 years because it was inaugurated for the anniversary of Montreal in 2017. Every time I get goosebumps. It's modern, it's mystical, so definitely worth seeing while in Montreal. The murals, so I've been talking about these. I love the murals, you know, like whenever I'm like walking my dog, for example, or hosting a group in Montreal, I always try to find the new ones, and you can even find some of them on our website, and they explain who painted the mural and where to find them. Cité Mémoire on the right-hand side, this is particular. It was also inaugurated for the 2017 anniversary. It's two Montrealers that were working in theaters and were making plays, and they developed that app. It's 20 projections. Most of them are in Old Montreal. There's 2 in the downtown area. There's one at the Fairmont Queen Elizabeth and one in the underground city. Actually, you download the app. It's available in 4 languages, so French, English, Mandarin, and Spanish. And you will activate the projection either on a wall, on the cobblestone street, even on the trees. There's Wi-Fi hotspots for you to download actually the clips, and you will literally like press on the button, and you have also it's geolocates you, and you'll find these clips that will tell you about the history of Montreal in different ways. For example, this projection on the picture is called Lady Suzanne, and it's our very own Leonard Cohen, songwriter and poet, that is talking about his song. So you have that on the clock tower in Old Montreal. You also have one about sport, the Montreal Canadian, obviously, but other moments that will make you cry, about the history of Montreal as well. So this is a must-see. I would say do 3 to 4 per night. You can always book as well with a fee, a private tour to see a few of them. The Montreal Casino, because of Ateliers Joël Robuchon, the French restaurant that is located at the casino, and it's a former pavilion of France. So beautiful architecture. So I would say, it's a must-see, and it's located on Parc Jean Drapeau, which is islands that are close to the downtown area and the Old Montreal. Then the Botanical Garden of Montreal, especially in September and October, we've got the Chinese Lantern Festival at night. So you do book in advance, and it's magical, it's mystical. So you can see all the lanterns that are lit up, and they change every year. So again, a must see. Then the Biodome, our Biodome, which is 4 ecosystems that are built in this place. This is located close to the Olympic Stadium, and it's part of Space for Life, which regroup the insectarium and the planetarium as well. The Biodome was closed for 2 years for major renovation. It reopened last weekend, and I got the chance to see it. So this ecosystem is from the Amazonian ecosystem. So it's beautiful. You see the Antarctica with the penguins. So it's a must-see with the family. Olympic Stadium, again, we hosted the Olympics in 1976. So we still have our stadium. There's a tower there where you can take the funicular and go up. It's the highest inclinated tower in the world. For now, it's closed, but it should reopen soon. Then opera, if you're a big fan of music, the opera and the symphonic orchestra in Montreal with the beautiful Maison Symphonique here that was fully redesigned a few years back. So must see in Montreal. The Mount Royal Park every season, Old Montreal and Old Park. This is the Notre Dame Basilica from the outside. Then in terms of museum, I said that we have more than 50. So you've got the Montreal Contemporary Art Museum, Pointe-à-Calière Museum, which is our archaeology museum. And this is where Montreal was founded. So really at the point here, when you see the tower, this is like the first walls of Montreal were placed there. So a lot of history. There's also a multimedia movie that takes 30 minutes at the beginning of your visit to the museum. That is a must-see. to really absorb all the history of Montreal and how Montreal was founded as well. Montreal of Fine Arts of Montreal, there's many pavilions. There was one that was a new one that was integrated in 2017 with a private collection. And it's really like Museum of Fine Arts, to me, they always host like different exhibits from all over the world, and they do create their own exhibit as well. We had the Jean-Paul Gaultier, for example, a few years back. We had Thierry Mugler last year. We had the mummies from the Tate Museum this year. And they also put like some sculpture and artwork outside, because we do have a lot of arts in the streets of Montreal. So this is one of their alley that they're changing every summer. So there you go. Our Jacques-Cartier Bridge, which is the first connected bridge in the world. So you have a mini sound and light every night at 10 o'clock that you can watch. And the colors are changing along with the seasons and the events that are going on in the city. The St. Joseph Oratory as well, which is another great point of view to see Montreal in a different way. They're going to open the dome to the public next year for the first time in the history of the St. Joseph Oratory. Outdoors. Summer. Did you know you can surf in Montreal? We can have fun on the St. Lawrence River. So you don't need to go to California. Sorry, I love California, but this is a different type of surf. It's a river surf. It's a static wave, as they call it. We have 3 in Montreal, and this one is right behind Habitat 67, which is kind of the cubes houses that you find in Montreal, and that was built for the Expo, Universal Expo in 1967. There's a school that can teach you to surf on that wave, and it's pretty popular. So you can see, you know, people in the metro with their surfboard going after work. Fall, beautiful colors like the fall foliage, very popular for the cruise passengers as well. Winter, as I was saying, you know, you can cross country ski on Mount Royal and see the beautiful skyline in our St. Lawrence River. Spring, spring again for us is a revival after that long winter. City of Festival, just to name a few, Igloo Fest in January and February. This is at the Old Port in Old Montreal. We recreate some scenes and igloos, and there's some international DJs that are playing outside. So people are dressing up warmly and having fun listening to electronic music in Old Montreal. Montreal in Lights, again, this is at the Entertainment District, Quartier des Spectacles, close to the downtown area. It's walkable from many hotels. Got that Ferris wheel that is there. There's an ice slide there. I've done it with some people last year, and I was screaming like a kid. So it gives you a shot of adrenaline when you're going down that slope. Grand Prix du Canada with the new paddock. So always interesting for some people that do love the F1 race. The Jazz Festival, which is the largest in the world that takes place in Montreal. It was the 41st edition this year. Didn't take place, but again, if you want to watch online from October 1st to the 3rd, you can hear some concerts. Osheaga in August, very popular for all the performances from all over the world, indie groups that are coming to Montreal. And then food. So Montréal à Table, which is a festival that takes place in November. You know, you have table d'hôte with reduced price. And this year, with the pandemic, we did something different. So you buy a card and you can experience some discounts for a full month. So this is Montréal à Table to discover all the beautiful restaurants in Montreal and encourage them. Culinary City, food trucks. So we didn't have food trucks until 2017 because by the law, we couldn't serve food in a truck. So this is pretty new for us. So we were going to New York, for example, to eat in the food trucks. But now we have our very own restaurants with their food trucks. We have more than 70 I think, in Montreal. And every first Friday during summertime at the Olympic Stadium, you have a big gathering of all the food trucks to sample all the beautiful dishes from Montreal. Art in the street, again, over there, beautiful outdoor patio for summer. So going from gastronomic, casual, cozy, intimate, and romantic, you have the choice of the restaurants. And there was 30 restaurants opening during the COVID. So, you know, we love our food in Montreal. And we hosted Somebody Feed Phil. I don't know if you're following the show on Netflix, but in season 3, Montreal was showcased in a full episode, and this is one of our chef, Antonio Park, which has the sushi restaurant Park. And if you watch the episode, you can really relive like Phil's experience in Montreal, and it's a great way to introduce Montreal if you like food. I definitely encourage you to watch it, not because it's in my hometown city, but I've watched it myself 3 times, and I've watched the series also after that.
Look, I'm a foodie, and if you haven't seen the show, you have to get Netflix just for the show.
Definitely, you know, like I really discovered Phil, and I loved it. With my boyfriend, we're watching all the episodes. So we were fortunate to have him in Montreal, and he really enjoyed his stay. And he's staying at the Fairmont Queen Elizabeth, so you'll see the suite from Yoko Ono and John Lennon as well. A specialized guided tour, so we have so many options. You know, you can cycle, you can take like the hop-on, hop-off bus, you can walk, beer tours, electric scooter tours, which I love. You know, you can see the green alleys in Montreal. So diverse experience that you can live. Cruises, just one note on cruises as well. We've got a brand new quay to host the cruise ships since 2017. And this is what you can see. There's a green roof in the Grand Quai. So beautiful skyline of Montreal. So you're right in the heart of the city once you arrive. So many itineraries. And then a few tools, you know, if you want to get more ideas of itineraries for a 2-3 days in Montreal, I would definitely recommend a 4-night stay in Montreal to really enjoy what Montreal has to offer from one neighborhood to another. You also have maps that you can download. You also have a guide to Montreal gastronomy in there. So many tools. And there you go. Merci. This is Montreal in a nutshell. So I don't know if there's any questions.
I do have a couple. One being, when you were talking about the murals, do those change every summer, or how long are those on the buildings?
It depends, because like there's the favorites and the most popular ones that will stay longer. You see if some murals do have tags on them that make them least popular, and sometimes they will change. They also have new walls available, you know, companies or people owning a building that will ask to get a mural. So it changes like every year, but there are some favorite ones that will stay.
Okay. So you mentioned the Montreal Canadiens, go Habs, when they're not playing the Red Wings or the Tampa Bay Lightning. So
Love all those, except then if.
Well, I'm from Detroit originally, so
I'm a Detroiter.
You know, original 6 and all. Does the Bell Center offer tours?
Yes, they do. So you can make a tour like behind the scene, and yeah, you just need to go on their website, and they do offer tours. I've done one once, so you can see a lot if you just don't want to watch a match.
Yeah, no, gotta do both. And okay, so the serve experience you were talking about, how far in advance should you be making a reservation for that?
I would say maybe 2 weeks just to make sure, or during summertime, maybe a month, because you can get private lessons or small groups, but the wave is available to the surfers, and then they will give you the lesson in between, because you cannot be too many people on the wave. So just make sure, and the school is called KSF Surf. So they do own the license for the lessons on the waves.
Okay. And there's a question that came in from Karen. What are the best ways to get around the town? Are there bike and scooter rentals?
You can rent the electric scooters if you are able to drive these without a tour guide. You can rent the Bixi bikes that are available. You know, you've got some different spots in the cities. We have more than 800 kilometers of cycling path. So I think it's 620 miles of cycling path in Montreal. So that's definitely, you know, worth renting a bike to bike in the city if you're able to bike, or just walking. You know, I have some clients that do walk a lot in the city and have full days, and then they enjoy the spa or a great meal at the restaurants.
Nice. And what about for the winter? What's the best way to get around during the winter?
The underground city, which is, I didn't touch that point, but there's 33 kilometers of underground city. So I don't know in miles, but you can, you know, like walk within these pedestrians, always underground. So if you're a little bit afraid or you want to get warmer, and then take the metro. You know, it's a great way. Or, you know, if you want to take a cab or Uber, you can do it. But, you know, if you're visiting the city during the day, I would encourage you to take the metro. It's really not oppressing. You know, our metro is you've got some space, except maybe for the rush hour in the morning and at night. But during the day, you know, you can sit easily in the metro, and it's a great way to discover the city.
Okay. Candace, do you have any questions?
I was just going to ask you if you know if any of the hotels that you featured at the beginning, if they have bike rentals at the hotel. Because I know, like, when I've gone to Puerto Rico and some of these other places, I have clients that like to bike places too, and they rent the bikes right from the hotel. And I thought, I'm wondering how many other cities are doing that.
Yeah, I know that's a fun way to discover the city for traveling to other destinations that offer that. If I'm not mistaken, maybe the Germain Hotel is offering that service. Le Germain, which is a local brand. But I think I've seen maybe bikes when I was doing a tour of the hotel, not too sure. But the other ones, I don't think so. But there's some companies within the city that can easily rent bikes for, you know, 24, 48, 72 hours if you want to have one.
And you mentioned a hop-on, hop-off feature with the bike. That's interesting. I've not seen that in any other city.
Okay, it's kind of the Vélib in Paris city. You know, you've got you put your credit card, and then you have 30 minutes for I don't know, because I have my annual pass, but I think it's maybe $5 for 30 minutes. So you cycle, you go to your next point, you put your bike in the, you know, secure the bike, and then you can walk and then hop on another bike somewhere else in another neighborhood.
Okay. Yeah, that they have a similar program like that in Detroit. So good. Thank you for clarifying what that was.
No problem.
So for those of you who are still on the line with us, any other questions? I am not seeing any. Okay. Well, thank you, Genevieve, for joining us and showing us Montreal. It's definitely
I'm excited to go. I will come in the summer though.
Okay, you can try. You know, first time I would definitely say summer, and then after you can experience, you know, winter.
Although I do need to come for a hockey game. So spring or summer, or spring or fall. Yes, once they get their schedule back on track. For sure. Oh, you're welcome, Amelia. Yeah, Amelia says, very interesting. Thank you, Genevieve. So
merci.
For the rest of you, I would thank you for joining us tonight. And we hope that you join us next week when we visit St. Lucia. If you would like to save the chat where I put the links on how you can reach us, there are 3 little dots in the bottom right part of the chat area. You click on that, it'll say save chat, and it'll save to a Zoom folder on your computer. So
I also put in the chat the video clip that Genevieve was trying to show us earlier. So that is in there. I did pop it in the chat. So
Great.
Thank
And
you.
oh, you're welcome. And when I send out the recording email, I will also include some of the other links that Genevieve had posted within the presentation, so you have access to those as well. So since there aren't any more questions, we will sign off. Genevieve, thank you again for joining us.
Merci,
Candace,
Maria. Merci,
oh, you're
Candace.
welcome. Candace, good to see you again. And
Nice to see you.
for the rest of you, we will see you hopefully in the Take a Virtual Vacation group or next week when we visit St. Lucia. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.